The intro song that is used for this game, and not for the HD remaster, but the original port, is really good. A real shame the HD port didn't have it, but oh well, what can you do? It has been a while since I last reviewed Rayman, and the reason is that he is not as popular as someone like Mario or Sonic. He grabbed the ledges just enough to survive, or make it nonetheless. Rayman 1 and Rayman 2 both had countless ports made of them. Rayman 2 Revolution port was the one I reviewed on my YouTube channel, which is technically the port that has cut content from the Dreamcast port, which is mind-boggling as that was the only port at 60 frames per second, unlike the rest. Yeah, it makes you wonder, why was Rayman 2 Revolution, of all the ports, the one with cut content from the Dreamcast ports? But anyway, I digress. Let us talk about Rayman 3. Thankfully, it is not as confusing here. Just Google search Rayman 3 and you will find Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc for console and PC, which I will review. Either that or the GBA port of Rayman 3 with the story and elements of Rayman 2, but in 2D. Not the enemies, as it is a mix of the hoodlums and robot pirates. The story of Rayman 3 is about Andre, a black lum, who suddenly decides to infect the red lums into hoodlums, or black lums if you will, like him. He wants to rule the world this way and makes it abundantly clear that his intentions are pure evil, and he ends up coming to inside of Globox's stomach, and so you visit countless doctors with Globox as Rayman in order to hopefully get Andre out of Globox. The story is written like your typical stop the bad guy story from taking over the world, minus the doctors. In this game, you will come across power-ups that change your color, but also ability for about 30 seconds or less. The green vortex, which makes things spin and turn bad guys small. This can be used on mushroom platforms to reach them after shooting them, so they come down up to your level. The red vortex makes you smash trees, walls, and make combat easier. The blue one replaces the purple lums from Rayman 1 and 2, as it makes you grab metallic things that fly high up in the sky, and lets you swing off them, and makes your enemies stuck onto chains if you use this as your weapon against them. The orange one lets you shoot a rocket launcher, which is used to solve puzzles. And finally, the yellow one makes you fly high up in the air. This one is the shortest one to use out of all of them, only lasting a couple of seconds, guessing since it would break the game. All power-ups are fun to use and add to the overall platforming of this game. My favorite one has to be the blue one, as it lets you electrify your enemies. There's technically also a power-up that lets you shrink and race on your shoe to crash onto your other shoe, but I would count this as a separate, as it plays like a mini game of sorts. This one isn't on a timer and does not stop until you have hit your other shoe the set number of times required. The combat in this game has been enhanced and upgraded from its predecessor. This time you lock in on a target and the camera moves to its position. You can dodge projectiles by jumping, and you hit your enemies from its sides, and it can block from the front unless you use a supercharged fist for your attack. You come across a great number of hoodlums and a variety of enemies, if you will, and each one has a special flair to itself. I don't mind the combat in this game, and I like that it focuses on it more than its predecessor unless we are counting the Revolution port. The combat plays like it is a part of the platforming, and as such enhances it. Unlike some other games where the combat is separate and its moves from platforming, speaking of platforming, I found myself enjoying it a lot in this game. Rayman controls beautifully in this game. The exploration is very rewarding, and the game rewards out-of-box thinking for when you find hidden secrets. The bosses are also fun to traverse, and beat once you master them. This game is very enjoyable to play and very rewarding for players to think outside the box to find its secrets. I rank this game a high 8.8 out of 10, as it feels like a massive upgrade from its predecessor while doing its own thing. And new things.